coming into this off-season. What you expect to see him back in Adelaide, Case?
I would think so. I think he's a very important
Kakapasok lang
component
ngayon ni
for them.
kay Sotto, 4 minutes and 54 seconds left sa first quarter.
Off the court, he's certainly a player you'd want around any organisation.
What about from his perspective? Do you expect him to opt out of that option? Explore free
Pinalitan niya
agency?
si Daniel Johnson
I think
kasi
if someone came to you, why not?
parang
I think he's very happy in
hindi
Adelaide.
makashoot kasi si Daniel
But of course,
Johnson.
things can change. So fingers crossed. I'm sure every Adelaide 36er fan would love to see Sunday Dech remain with the 36ers. I think his best is still ahead of him. You know what a great defensive player he is. Two-time championship winner already. He's got a lot to bring to the table. Shot clock at 3. Abercrombie off the mark as they continue to spray up the triples. Now McCarron in traffic. Taken one shot in the game so far. Harris in the corner. Sunday Dech bounces into Delaney.
Yes!
Sotto straight off the bench has an impact.
Nice. You guys are right about Dech. He's
Kasi
always
buti
been
na lang pinapasahan na ni Sunday Dech si Kai.
some strange reason he's got that jump shot going. Not a strange reason. He's been working on that jump shot and it looks a lot better.
Come, boys.
Dapat talaga ipasa nyo na ng ipasa kay Kai, lalo na ngayon kasi last game nyo na yan eh. Para naman makatulong kayo kay Kai para maganda-ganda yung record niya kung magpapadraft siya sa NBA ngayon. Sana nga magpadraft na si Kai ngayon. Dapat talaga magpadraft na siya kasi nahuli na nga siya. Dapat last year pa. Oy, sayang. Sana na-dunk na lang para sure.
I think he'd be best to stay in the NBL for one more season before going to the NBA. And what he's done this season really has set a good platform. 7 points, 4 rebounds, 51% from the field in 15 minutes. I think next season, without Isaac Humphries being there, we presume, starting centre alongside it Daniel Johnson playing extra minutes, I think he can really make a mark.
Hindi na
I think a
i-shoot.
lot of it depends on his development in the offseason, where he
Asintayin mo ng mabuti, huwag ka magmadali,
if he can
Kai.
get a strong team and just a team that
Ay, nako, ang lakas!
makes him a better
Kitang-kita sa bato na ang lakas ng lakas ng bato eh.
Well, he's helping out for everyone here with missing the free throws. The code word is buzzer for Hungry Jacks. Hungry Jacks and Randall down low has been impressive so far in the game.
Walang katao-tao yung sa arena.
Breakers.
Saan kaya ang lugar to ginawa? Sa Tasmania kaya? Kasi yung nakalagay doon sa floor, University Tasmania.
Edge though says, well, I'll add another 2 and I'm up to 9 and I'll take over things.
Siguro doon sa pinagawan yan,
Gives it up.
baka masyadong maigpit pa ngayon, baka medyo,
From deep. 12 of the 15 shots
bumalik yung COVID virus sa kanila.
for the penetration.
Kaya humigpit na naman.
Work and
Kasi walang katao-tao
crafty.
Walang audience.
Instant impact. Off the bench late in the year, Hannes. He's averaging about 20 points per game here over his last 3 or 4. Coming in, being aggressive. The sting has kind of come out of the season. The defensive intensity in some of these games that he's coming up against maybe isn't what it was early or midway through the year. And you get the sense it's a little bit more like what he was used to in the G League. Putting up big numbers, a bit more of an up and down
Kay, gandahan mo. Baka ilabas ka na naman ni Bruton.
making the shot. He's just playing.
Dech, the only starter on the floor at the moment for Adelaide. So they take the lead for the first time. 36ers have scored the last 5 points. Randall, touch pass. Outside. Look wouldn't work there for Rasmus Park. And now Dufelmeyer. Bring Adelaide forward. 2.5 left in the opening quarter. Dufelmeyer found an opening against Delaney. Whistle on the play, of course. Continuation waved away. So free throws to
Mga Viking na sa loob din.
the limit of fouls. Delaney picks up the personal.
That's another guy, Finn Delaney. who I'm interested to see how things play out in free agency. He's been, it was all NBL second team last year, of course. Things haven't been anywhere near as good for him this year. He's had 12 games in single digit.
Tsaka si Anas nasa loob na rin.
Just hasn't.
Bale, pinalitan nila si Withers tsaka si Macaron.
Look somewhere else.
Kanina kasi nandun sila starting fight
I think
sila.
the prospect of having a regular season, the normal type of season, playing your regular load of home games at Spark Arena. He's a Kiwi kid, loves playing for New Zealand, the Tallbacks and the Breakers, but I reckon there might be another
So
part
ngayon,
of him
si
that feels
Dofel
like-
Meyer, si Kai Sotto, si Dusty Hanas, Mojave King, tsaka si Sunday Det. Yun, si Mojave King nag-dunk.
Coast and finishes in style. 8 unanswered points from Adelaide. They've opened up a 5-point lead.
Si Mojave King lilipat sa ano daw sa New Zealand Basketball League. Hindi na naman siya magpapadraft sa NBA. Samantalang mas mataas pa yung mock draft ranking niya kaysa kay Kai Sotto.
Strong dunk.
Kaya dapat hindi na pinapaniwalaan yung mock draft na yun. Huwag nyo nang pansinin yung mock draft na yun.
This time can't connect. Rebound and now
Maski naman yung NBA, hindi naman sinusunod yung mock draft na yun.
only 3 of their 16 shots have been
Sa mga nakaraan naman, hindi naman nakukuha yung mga kahit na mga nandun sa mock draft. Tapos may mga nakukuha talaga na wala naman sa mock draft.
Now Sivo threaded the needle to Timmins, rejected by Withers, did a great defensive job and did well to save it as
Withers
well.
na naman.
It's going out of bounds. Dufelmeyer catches from Sotto, goes back to the big man, who spins into
Ay, sayang!
can't get it to fall, and he's off to the free throw line.
That was nicely done. Both
Ang lalakas ng mga bato ni Kai Sotto ngayon.
send Timmins away. Collect
Easy ka lang, kalma.
and then Sotto wheeling
Para wag
and
masyadong
dealing his way
malakas.
to the free throw line.
Seven fouls
Ayusin
on
mo
the
na
New
yan.
Zealand Breakers here in the opening quarter.
Ay, salamat naman.
To put that into some context, for Dan Shamir's team, they have the lowest foul count in a game this season. They had 9 against Tasmania for the game.
Wow.
They got 7 here.
Ay!
It's actually 7-1. I'm figuring you'll see Dan
Pangit pala epekto kay Kai Sotto pag maaga-aga yung game. Maaga-aga kasi yung game ngayon eh.
Here's a guy who's been on the road for 2 years.
11 dito sa atin. Tapos sa kanila yata 1 o 2 p.m.
But he stays on the refs. I mean, he does it with respect, but that's how he shows.
Sa Australia kasi merong nag-iiba-iba yung yung time difference sa Pinas. Minsan 2 hours, minsan 3 hours. Depende kung daylight saving time.
Well, you can ill afford it when you need a win after such a could have been a dynamite finish to the season for them with 4 straight
Ahead
wins.
sila sa atin.
Beating Sydney, then leading the Phoenix by 16 in the last quarter. You get that done, and then you come here and win again. All of a sudden, things are looking bright for next season for the Adelaide 36ers. So they really do need to finish
Kaya
this
nga,
in
di ba pagka New Year's Eve, yung fireworks nila dun sa Sydney, napapalabas na dito kahit hindi pa nag-New Year's Eve dito sa atin. Pinapalabas na dito yung mga fireworks nila na maganda dito sa Sydney.
4 on the shot clock. The lob pass will give him the benefit of the doubt. And went to Timmins, who couldn't convert. Sotto, Dufelmeyer, baseline Mojave King, open, can't connect. Loose ball comes to Abercrombie. So they'll slow it down here. Last play of the opening quarter. Adelaide on an 11.
Kay, gumawa ka. Pakitang gilas ka.
Something happening.
Kahit sa mga rebounds o kung saan, block. Habang hindi ka makashoot, basta meron kang magawa sa stats mo. Magkaroon ka ng figure sa stats. 21-16 sa end of first quarter. Lamang Adelaide ng 5 points.
2 seasons now where he's looked all world and MVP candidate.
Pinasok na uli ngayon si Kai Sotto sa second quarter. Ngayon pa lang siya pinasok. 2 minutes and 57 seconds left na lang.
I think given his history, injury problems, he can't train a lot. He is, I guess, in some ways, you are taking a little bit of a risk on that. And I think that I just don't know that they're going to find common ground.
Go kasi naman.
You're right, Copes.
Hindi maganda yung pasa eh.
For a finish, speaking of high quality, Finn Delaney getting it done.
8 points ang lamang ng Adelaide.
Probably deserved it.
Kanina 10
Great
points eh.
finish from him. So the Breakers back-to-back buckets, close to 8. Seaver exploring. Sotto worked it out about Sam
Wake up if you're going to sleep. Here we go, big boy. A grown man jump.
Take some of that.
6 points na lang lamang.
6 unanswered points here from New Zealand.
Trying to see them again, don't we?
That was nice.
Wow.
Highlight reel stuff from Sam Timmins. Well timed with the putback.
I'm a fan of his. Limited minutes this season for the New Zealand Breakers, just averaging 8 minutes a game. But when he gets it, he can find the target. And he's certainly got some aggressive work close to the basket.
And the size. And the size.
Yeah. Dusty Hannes adds to his tally. Adelaide up 8 inside the last 2 minutes of the first half. Delaney going to work once more. Nice pass. And finishing touches again.
Naku, mahabol na. 6 points na lang.
Nice to see an aggressive Finn Delaney putting it on the deck, getting to the rim, making reads and making plays.
Ay, foul ba yun? Ba't walang foul?
There from Seaver. Stripped him of it. Now shares it with Delaney, lob pass, and Timmins involved once more, and he was rejected by Clark.
Yes! Na-reject ni Kai. Gumante rin.
Against Chase on Randall. The elbow.
Yun.
Away and coming up with a finish. Wow.
Balik 8 points lamang ng Adelaide.
He makes tough shots.
52 seconds na lang.
United to force overtime. And speaking of tough shots, here's Delaney once more.
That's the Delaney you spoke about a couple of years ago. When he's
Less
aggressive.
than 50 seconds left na lang.
To the deck, he can shoot the three. He's strong on the glass. And he'll bang.
6 points na lang
When he's
lamang.
involved in the ball screen action and this early stuff in their offense on a regular basis. That was him a lot last season. Colton Iverson, yes, setting a lot of those picks.
5 points lamang.
Pick and roll, Finn Delaney, short rolls. Teams were trying to have to solve the problem of Delaney in those moments.
Gator na pinasok din.
And he has cashed in and made the most. And well done to
Puro
him.
mga ano pala yung mga nasa loob.
Now, but Delaney
O Daciana, Sunday Ditch, Kai Sotto,
can get some things
si
done.
Gatorna, tsaka si Nick Marshall.
It's going to be his second person.
Parang hindi si Sunday Ditch yan, parang si ano yata eh, si Emmanuel Malu.
12-point lead has been whittled down to 5. Nice fight back. We saw Adelaide fight back at the end of the first quarter. And it's New Zealand returning the favour here as we head toward half-time. We'll restart.
Yan yung number 2.
On the floor at the moment for Adelaide.
Ay, nako! Ay, nako!
Here, a chance to chase on Randall. Again, Hannes.
Naagawan ng bola. Buti na lang, hindi na-shoot.
This is good corner. He can make things happen in
Oh.
a hurry. Nice pass, Hannes.
Yun.
Good job, adds another 2. So he's got 9 in the game. Margin out to 7.
7 points. 7 points lamang. Naku po, ilalabas na naman yata si Kai.
Get out and run. They've used all 12 players here in the first half, Adelaide. 10 of them have scored. Only Manny Malou and Zach.
Tulog pa yata yung diwa ni Kai eh. Sa anong ibang players.
You're watching.
Dechmere earlier. I like the
Buti
way
na lang, hindi
the
nilabas si
sorry,
Kai.
the 36ers are closing out this year under CJ Bruton. Been coaching the heck out of him down the stretch of this season. I like the fact they haven't just let this season dwindle away once the playoff picture was out, and they went over to Perth, beat the Wildcats, went to Sydney, snapped that 13-game winning streak. They were doing really well against Southeast Melbourne, and they've come out with some good energy in this one.
It's a good point you make, Leah, because last season they lost their last 7 games of the season when it all fell apart. Now White, he's the corner, Davidson ready to go, off the mark. And that is all for the first half. So the Adelaide
Tapos na pala yung
36ers
first half.
have opened up a 7-point lead. CJ Bruton.
Tapos na yung first half, 34-41. Lamang Adelaide ng 7 points.
He would let it go too.
He would. Yeah. He was great at it. So halftime, Adelaide on top by 7. And Sunday Detch was the player who set it up for them in the opening quarter with 9 points. But as I mentioned, they've been sharing the load here. All 12 players on the floor, 10 scorers, 7-point lead. And we'll get some reaction in just a moment because Sunday Detch is going to join us courtside, and I think he's ready to go now. And Sunday, John Casey here. Congrats on a great first half here so far, but still some challenge have been proven to be right. But I'm sure the coaches would tell you 100% of the time when they burn a challenge, something happens later in the game that they'd like to challenge. But just on Dusty Hannes as well, look, he's been in the 20s 6 times in the games that he's played here. He's averaging 13 a game. He's been terrific. Maybe the best free throw shooter in the competition at 95%, but he's only hit 17 threes at 27% in 22 games. And that wasn't as he was advertised
6
coming in.
minutes na lang nung pinasok si kay Sotto sa third quarter.
The D there from Kai Sotto.
Yeah, his reputation was all about the three-point shot window.
He seemed reluctant to shoot it, even at the start. We saw glimpses during the blitz when he turned it on. And that 13 quarter, how about a quick hands from Chase on Randall there as well. But Dusty Hannes had 13 in a quarter against Perth and 19 for the game in that last quarter. And he had a little bit to say as well.
Sure did.
He gave the Wildcats plenty. And let's not forget Adelaide. Well, they went through the blitz undefeated, 5 games, won the trophy.
He can play.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. It's just some guys' games suit certain leagues. Tom Weathers is lighting it up this afternoon. Boy, oh boy, he's got 14 now, 4 of 4 from long range. But, you know, you look at a guy like Dengadell, for example, killed it in the G League.
Yeah.
More space to operate, the wider court. Jason Randall's going to go to the free throw line, and maybe the defensive intensity isn't quite at the same level and a little bit more of an up and down style. He played his way into NBA opportunities through what he did in the G League. He came to the NBL, it just didn't work out. His game didn't really transition. I feel the same thing with Dusty Hannes. I feel like on the arc there, just didn't have as much space or as much time to operate as he's used to in the G League.
Yep.
And
It was identified very early in the season by the great man Andrew Gaze as well, who saw Dusty in the blitz and said, I don't know whether his shooting action, the low shooting action, if he's going to be able to get off the shots with the time that he needs in this league. I think that's proven to fruition. That's why he's been reluctant to shoot the ball, because his
15
shooting action,
points yung lamang ng Adelaide.
when you've got someone in your face, if you've got a low starting point, well, it's hard to get into your rhythm to get the shot happening, and that's why he's been forced to find other avenues. And credit to him, he's adjusted his game, his interior, his penetration, his floaters, his craftiness around the basket. He's shown the quality there. I mean, he has played in the NBA.
Kanina yata
It was
17.
identified earlier that he
Makashoot
may
lang
have
yung
some
New Zealand.
shortcomings in this style of game, and I think that's been proven. Shot clock at
Mag-dunk ka na lang, Kai, para sigurado.
15-point lead.
I think it was Dusty in a post-game press conference recently, in the last month or so, said, you know what, my father always told me, well, one game doesn't make a season, one season doesn't make a career. So, and he's bang on, and I've got no doubt, if we do see him, say, in the G League next season, he'll be back putting up big numbers, getting buckets in that league.
Was this his first job overseas?
He played in Europe. He did
Ayun
have
ang
seasons in Europe
pinagagawa
as
niyo.
well. Of course,
Layo.
he with Memphis. And in the G League, well, he averaged 20 a game. 23
13 na lang.
in 2020. It was all third team there in the G League, so that suited his style. But it's Adelaide by 13 here. New Zealand 4 unanswered points. Sotto, low, just firing
Ay,
over the
naku.
top. That's where you'd like to see
Alat.
Sotto challenge the big man Rob Lowe. He's playing with 3 fouls. Just fire over the top. See what you can come up with a little closer. Well done with us, just backing into Delaney there, who's going to be called to his 3rd personal.
14 points, 7 boards, a couple of blocks, a dime and a steal for Todd Withers thus far in 16 minutes of action.
And that's what I mean. We know he can play. I mean, you know, with the recruiting going on these days, it's not like back in the day when you saw a tape and brought him over. You guys are playing, you see on the internet, you know, there's games, your scouts going to watch you play, so you know you can play. Well, that depends on who you're playing with, what kind of coach you got. You know, it's a different game. And the NBL is a very tough league.
And White just lost the handle under pressure. Good work there from Tad Dufelmeyer. Well, you mentioned that. 14 points on 4 of 4 shooting. With his high score for the season is 17. It came in the overtime win against Melbourne back in round 9. And for an import, a scoring import, season high of 17, you're probably expecting it's going to be above that. He started well. He had double-figure rebounds in his first 2 games. Led the game in one against Illawarra with 13. So he got some tools. And how about the finish there from Tad Dufelmeyer? First field goal of the game for him. Randall takes it from Abercrombie. Guarded by Hannes. Good screen from Lowe. Dufelmeyer grabs the rebound, and now he's pushing the tempo.
Ay,
Pushing him at Dow White. Wasn't buying it. Sotto to beat. Tried to get the pass back, I think. Unfortunately, it didn't work for him. 11 turnovers now for the New Zealand Breakers, including 5 here in the 3rd quarter. They had 6 at half-time.
The big fella was stalking him there. Ready to send that packing.
Tick over 3 minutes out from 3-quarter time. Adelaide by 15. Adelaide's biggest win of the season. They beat Cairns by 26 back in round 16. Highest score right on the 100.
yun, sa wakas.
Phoenix of Sotto turns
Nakashoot
around,
din.
adds to the tally.
Ulit.
Just 6 points for the New Zealand Breakers here in this 3rd quarter so far.
Parang 4 points pa lang yata si Kay.
I know they can put points on the board very quickly. 35 in a quarter. The final quarter in round 19 in Bendigo. So don't buy them off just yet, but they're going to have to find something as Hannes pulls up in rhythm, drills the triple. 20-point
Diba, 20 points na yung lead na Adelaide. Pag natalo pa naman kayo dyan na naman. Bakit? 3rd quarter pa lang.
He was hunting the 3-point line the moment he crossed half court.
But step back, nothing on offer. Low, Sotto, shot clock to 5. Low comes up with the finishing touches and now does have 1,000 points in the NBL in game number 142. Congratulations to him for the milestone. Hannes firing again, this time off the mark. Well, Dufelmeyer kept it alive. And it came down low where Sunday Detch was lurking with intent. He adds another 2.
And it was Dufelmeyer with the kick ahead. Good find in transition as Dusty knocked that down. Yes, CJ Brett, we talked about him coaching his socks off late in this season, riding Dusty Hannes, Mojave King, trying to help these guys at the defensive end.
And he's on everyone. You know, he's not like he's picking on anyone. If you miss an assignment, he's on you, and that's the way you got to coach.
Sotto again.
Ay, lakas na naman.
Range attempt against Rob Lowe. Delaney, Christmas Park. Penetration confronted by King and Sotto in tandem. Comes to Sunday Ditch. Hannah's ahead of him. Joining in Sotto. Puts it on the knee. We marched over the top there of Peyton Seaver. Like an offensive foul.
That was a good dig from Seaver. Saw that coming from a mile away.
Offensive foul.
It was coming down that middle lane. That's a big unit. Bearing down on top of you. He didn't flinch.
218 centimetres, over 100 kilos. Only 19 years of age as well. Sotto. Seaver. He fires. Hasn't been his night. None of 8 from the field, including none of 4 from deep now for Peyton Seaver, who came in averaging 12 points a game. It's Hannah's. Soft touch eludes him. Delaney the rebound. So just 8 points in this quarter for the New Zealand Breakers. They're slowing it down. The shot clock inside the game clock. Delaney went with it. Sunday Ditch with it. King, Duvelmeyer. And they can slow it down. They spread the floor. Delaney's picked up the foul. 14 foul on the Breakers. They had one to give, but that's 4 on Delaney now. I think that's going to thrill the coach.
A lot of these guys will go back and play in the New Zealand League, right, Dan? Mm-hmm. Yep.
Sam Timmons, MVP of that league last season. Even for Adelaide, Mojave King's going to be in that mix.
And Ditch. There's Duvelmeyer firing and coming up with a 2 on the buzzer to extend the margin. New Zealand restricted
22 points lamang ng Adelaide.
And Adelaide enjoy a 22-point lead. It's 64-42 from My State Bank
Tapos
Arena in Hobart.
ng third quarter.
Continues.
Rebound well, but
Nakashoot si Kai.
you got to do that every night. And then he probably hasn't done what he should have known.
Meanwhile, let's see if the Breakers can put some points on the board. 8 points in that third quarter. Lowest three-quarter time score for the season for the Breakers, 42. And Buck misses there. Galloway gets sent away. They haven't reached the 20-point plateau in any quarter so far.
If I can offer some optimism for our Breakers fans who are watching, Adelaide, the only team in the NBL this year to give up a double-figure lead at three-quarter time and lose.
Wasn't too long ago.
Mojave King, naka 3 points.
And they extend the margin here a little further as well. So a minute away, and Adelaide now out to 27-point lead. Things just not happening for Peyton Seaver.
He had a sticker hitting 0 for 9 from the field.
Adelaide with it well and truly on their terms here. King penetrating. Nice tackle. Went to throw it down with a non-preferred left. Just didn't have enough.
Talaga hindi ganong swerte si Mojave King sa dunk.
And is off to the free throw line.
Parate. Kasi sa
Scoring on
aliw.
the numbers, and they are impressive numbers from the stripe from this man, Dusty Hannes.
Automatic. Here he is, drawing the foul. And CJ Bruton giving a bunch of guys some run in this second half who maybe haven't had a whole heap of court time. Kai Sotto's playing big minutes. Mojave King's playing big minutes, getting some opportunity to finish the season on a high.
Oh, rare miss there for Dusty Hannes.
Thanks to you two guys.
He was 58 of 61 on the season prior to missing the back end there.
7.
I think it's too concerning for him though when your team's up 28. If you're going to miss a free throw, probably a good time to do it. And in the corner, Christmas Park knocks down another three. He's got 3 at New Zealand 6 triples and 11 points in the game.
And Dusty's in a bad way.
Lamang.
The back there, he's struggling to get over half court.
Duvelmeyer look away for Mojave.
Yun.
Plays against Galloway and makes it work off glass. 9 points in the game now for Mojave King, closing in on his season high. Well, let's see her alone. He figures he's overdue, and he certainly was, having missed 9 consecutive attempts. And now he's on the scoreboard.
24 na lang.
Outside, King
Uy,
once more this
sayang.
time off the mark. Sunday ditch the rebound.
Buti na rebound din na Adelaide.
Trespass Spark turns baseline, draws a foul off to the free throw line.
That's the triple in the corner with Tassiano's hurt himself. Just got a crick in the neck, and then Peyton Seaver, he was 0 for Sunday before that one. Stepped up and knocked it down.
Then hold the ball after mid basket. Why did not allow that? Okay, so who do you want me to talk to? Should I talk to?
Ano nangyari?
It's not allowed. You can tell me it's our mistake. I will get an answer. What is the answer? What answer is there to get? Okay,
Ah,
they
siya
tell
pala
the
yun.
ball after mid basket.
Coach
hold the
wala
ball.
yun ng New
Okay, you tell
Zealand.
me you're gonna get an answer. You can say our mistake. Okay.
I'm not saying it was a mistake because I wasn't there then. Right, I'll get an answer and I'll get back to you.
Okay. I'm waiting for the answer.
Okay.
Game is still going, huh? We still have 7 minutes.
Ay, lumabas ka.
He is very, he's into the game, isn't he?
His hit.
Chance now for the Breakers from close range. Finishing touches from Timmins, who's up to 6 in the game. Twice his season average. Getting a little more burn here in this final game, so we've got less than 7 minutes left. Marshall with it. Dech inside. Sotto fires it over.
Magdang ka na lang, Kai. Siguraduhin mo.
Now with the penetration.
Pwede naman magdang eh. Tinitira pa sa malayo.
To keep it alive, Dufelmeyer. Marshall to his left, Dech to his right. Good option from three-point land. He fills it up. 19 now for Sunday Dech. They continue to hold the New Zealand Breakers at arm's length here.
Parang ang late ng percentage ng ng shoot ni Kai dito. Dami niyang tira, puro hindi pasok.
The entire third term. King streaks up the floor, adds to his tally, so he's now got 11, a new season high for Mojave King. Timeout called, 6:11 left on the clock here.
Ito pa naman yung last game. Dapat magpakitang gilas ka ng todo dyan. Siguraduhin mo yung na-shoot yung tira mo.
Figures here.
Well, they've been competitive in every game, so that's why you got to take your head off to them. You all the stuff going on, them being on the road for 2 years, and didn't come out and play hard every game.
Nick Marshall, the ball carrying duties for Adelaide at the moment. So good corner. The only player out there for Adelaide yet to score in the game. Manny Malou also hasn't scored, but since for the moment, his Sotto close to the rim.
Yan! Puro ganyan!
Have a hand up and throw it.
Para sigurado, sure ball.
That's what you're supposed to do when you get that ball out low. Take it up strong.
Kung kanina mo pag ginawa yan, Kai, di ang dami mo ng points.
Line. This time it's short though. And Gatorna. Great game against Sydney last weekend. Zach Gatorna finishing with a career high 10 points. Was influential. The Kings been influential in this game as he scoops up another 2. So 13 now for Mojave King.
What's the latest on Mojave?
Maganda pinapakita ngayon ni Mojave King, kaya lang, hindi naman siya magpapadraft sa NBA ngayon yata.
NBL.
Lilipat na sa New Zealand.
Finished the season, bar catch and splash in the corner.
No word on the NBA. I mean, Summer League, nothing.
That certainly was the plan coming into his next contract to begin with in Cairns. The start of this season with Adelaide.
Yun!
Sotto from long
Salamat naman! Naka 3 points!
from 3-point territory.
Game high 29-point lead now for the Adelaide 36ers. Just over 4 minutes left on the clock. They've had an impressive finish to the season. Wins in Perth, wins in Sydney. Near miss in Melbourne on Friday night. And now a win against the New Zealand Breakers.
Uy, sayang.
Who beat them the last time they played at the Adelaide 36ers arena.
Oh.
Probably should have been the first time they played in Adelaide as well. It gave up
Lakas
a
ni
massive
kay
lead.
Sotto din.
Sparkis stayed down here. Just
Binunggo talsik yung bumunggo sa
he's
kanya.
okay.
Tapos siya hindi man lang natumba. Parang kumbaga sa kotse, Volvo.
Last thing you need.
Payat pero,
4 minutes of the season.
payat pero matigas.
To see someone just off the court and looking a little second hand. Williams ran straight into Sotto. See that go back from Rob Lowe, caught it deep, Gatorna the rebound.
Nilabas si kay Sotto.
With 5 bench players at the moment.
Sayang, nilabas naman agad.
Hands over to Manny Malou.
Hindi pa nakaka-double digit yata
As well. During the
Parang mga 9 points yata si Kai
He's being busy, picks up the dribble. Gatorna gets a good look, can't convert. And Rob Lowe puts a stop to it.
Nilabas na si kay Sotto Naku, 3 minutes na lang, ipasok mo uli. Dapat ibabad mo na yung mga mag-NBA draft. Bruton, balik mo si Kai. Last game nyo na nga Ang laki-laki pa ng lamang nyo.
Marshall.
Ano ba yan? Ang laki-laki ng lamang Nilabas pa si Kai. Pagbigyan mo na magpakitang gilas para sa NBA draft.
Gatorna isolated against Tao White. And
27 points. 27 points yung lamang tapos nilabas pa. Oo nga, ipasok mo yung mga bangko. Pero ipasok mo rin yung babad mo rin yung yung magpapa-NBA draft.
Cosmos Spark still getting himself right. Looks like he's okay.
He's played well today. 14 points.
Balik mo na si Kai.
that was the Rasmus Spark from last season. Just hasn't not the opportunities.
Kainis naman tong Bruton na to.
Exploring and adding to his tally. He's 3 of 3 from the field, Tad Dufemire. Up to 7 points. Just one at half time. Cedar, Delaney, McDowell White. Delaney with 4 fouls. This match here with Dufemire. Might like his chances. King read it well. Came with a double team. Got support with Gatorna. Just goes solo and adds to his tally.
That's the second dunk. Coast to coast. He's an athlete, man. He's an athlete.
I mentioned NBL. It's going to be with Southland. The Southland Sharks have
May suot na ng t-shirt si Kai.
season over there. Grows in some confidence and builds back up from there. Here is King in transition, crosses up. Mid-court.
Yung pakitang gilas si Mojave King.
And having seen
Pero parang hindi siya swerte sa mga dunk. Siguro dapat practicein pa niya tsaka masterin pa niya yung pagdadunk.
set for a bright future.
Para mababa yung talon niya para sa dunk.
But go to the 36ers training and watch him cut loose.
Put on a show on there.
It is a very pretty sight. A little over a minute out from the decision here. Delaney working on Dufemire once more. Low. Position well. Well done, Malou. Tapped it.
Sige, diretso mo!
Randall to beat. Seaver ahead of him as well. So share it with Manny Malou. Marshall, Gatorna, and
Tanggalin na dapat si Dufemire.
inside the last minute of the game.
Yung puro bangko na lang dapat
Fires the 3 ball. It's off the mark. Now Seaver wants it down low. For Low against Malou. An edge in height. Nice move. He's got a bag of tricks. Rob Low adds another 2. So he's got 9 in the game.
Kanina 33 yung lamang Adelaide, ngayon 31
point lead.
dahil nakashoot si New Zealand. 35 seconds na 33.
Chance for
Oh.
expand it. Marshall ambitious, couldn't get it to go. Tad Dufemire, right place, right time, adds to his tally. Up to 93.
Panglimang, 3-point si kay Sotto kanina. So sa buong NBL, at least nakalimang 3 points siya. Napakita niya na talagang nakaka-shoot siya sa 3 points. Hindi yung mga chamba-chamba lang. Modern big man siya talaga.
New Zealand in NBL 22, and it's the 36ers who claim the win, their 10th victory of the season.
Sana enough na yung napakita ni kay Sotto sa buong NBL League. Tsaka pumasok na siya ngayon sa 2022 NBA draft. At makuha sana siya. Ngayon, naabangan naman natin yung pag-a-announce niya kung ano talaga yung next na step niya. Kung papasok ba talaga siya sa 2022 NBA draft o kung ano yung gagawin niya. Pero sana yun nga, mag-NBA na siya agad. Huwag na niya hintayin na ma-injure pa siya dyan sa NBL. Saka hindi naman kailangan kasi pwede na siya talaga sa NBA. Ngayon, pwede na siya, magsasalita na siya. Sabi niya kasi ngayon siya, April 24, pagkatapos nitong last game sa NBL, magsasalita na siya, mag-a-announce na kung ano yung gagawin. Kaya abangan natin kung ano yung sasabihin niya today.
The 33-point win to sign off, and they win 3 of their last 4 games of the season, winning in Perth by 12, in Sydney by 8.
Parang saya ni Kaya kasi natapos na sa wakas
Against the Phoenix on Friday
yung
night by
NBL
3.
na.
And here, as I mentioned, their biggest
Yung
win of
season.
the year, a 33-point success for them, and they'll be
Sayang hindi nakalaro si Osman Dieng tsaka si Hugo Besson dito sa New Zealand Breakers. Sana nagkatapat sila uli ni kay Sotto. Ang highest point sa NBL ni Osman Dieng is 22. Samantalang si Hugo Besson 23. Pero kasi naman babad sila pareho. Mas malalaki yung mga minutes na binibigay sa kanilang dalawa kaysa dun sa mga nabigay kay Kai. Si Kai kasi 21 points lang yung highest niya sa NBL. Pero kasi naman napakaliit naman nung playing time niya as compared dun sa dalawa na babad parate. Kaya kung i-consider talaga yung playing time, mas magaling pa rin tutuusin yung ginawa ni Kai Sotto.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, he had so much things thrown at him and a lot of adversity, but, you know, he took it in stride. And as you guys know, CJ always comes in with a smile, makes it a fun environment to be around. And, you know, I think a big learning experience for everyone at the club.
Sunday, season high 15 points for Mojave King. Had a big second half there. Was that fun to watch?
Yeah,
Naka 15 points pala si Mojave King. Mas mataas yung score niya kaysa kay Kai Sotto.
obviously got a few dunks, which we've been egging him to do all season long, but no, it was good. Really
Dito sa game na to.
the biggest win of the season for the Adelaide 36ers, biggest win in about
Biggest
5
win
years.
pala
In
to
fact,
kasi
Sunday,
nga ang laki ng lamang
something to
nila.
build on there, particularly when you look at the success you had in Perth and Sydney and probably should have had on Friday night. So for CJ getting a full pre-season now and you guys getting together, it looks bright for the future. Do you have plans at this stage in terms of the 36ers next season?
what was that question again, sorry?
Will you
Naku
the
po,
36ers
ang
next
haba na tinanong tapos what's the
Just going through the process at the
question
moment, but
again?
really excited with what we're building here and, you know, add a few new pieces and get the job going pre-season.
And you're going to Otago to play in the New Zealand Basketball League, I understand, in the off-season as well?
No, Case, come on, mate, we're going to Christchurch, going with the Rams.
Going with the Rams!
Yeah.
What about the North Adelaide Rockets? You won the title in NBL 1 last
Ayun si CJ Bruton sa likod dapat siya interviewin nyo din kasi last game na yan eh.
Throughout the season, and well done on being the Foot Locker player of the game. Enjoy the off-season. We look forward to seeing you starring in the NZBL.
Appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.
Sunday.